No time to fix a big Valentine's dessert? Well, what if I told you you could fix a Valentine's dessert with only 2 ingredients? Very fast, very simple. If you're interested, keep watching. Hey, it's April, and thanks for stopping by my channel, My Crazy Creative Life. If you're new here, welcome, and we're so happy to have you, and I hope you will become part of this family. If you are returning, then thank you so much for coming back and supporting this channel. I really do appreciate it. Well, if you have watched any of my videos in this series, you may say, well, April, that's an awful lot of work, and I work full-time, I've got a bunch of kids, and I can't devote that much time for cooking, and I need to get something just real quick for Valentine's Day. I've got just the perfect thing for you, and it just takes 2 ingredients. All you need is some Pillsbury pie crust and some Nutella. Beside your 2 main ingredients, you will need an egg and a little bit of water, and you will need a cookie cutter. So let's get started. Okay, first let's go over the supplies. You're gonna need a cookie cutter. I prefer the heart shape since we're doing this for Valentine's Day, obviously. And of course, your baking sheet. Got your Nutella. And you want 2 spoons, and you'll see in a minute why. Then of course you've got your pastry dough. You might need just a little bit of flour, but we'll see when we get there, but you may need just a little bit of flour. We've got our pastry rush, we've got our egg, and we have, sometimes I like using these little salsa bowls, but this will be for the egg water mixture, or egg wash. Then I've got a knife to pierce the tops, and we may have to roll out our excess dough to be able to get more little treats out of it. All right, here we go. All right, the first thing, we're gonna get our pastry dough out, and it recommends that you let it sit out on the countertop and kind of come to room temperature for about 15 to 20 minutes, or you can put it in the microwave on defrost for about 10 to 20 seconds and just soften it up, because if it's, when it comes straight from the fridge, it's a little bit too hard to do anything with. All right, so your first step, you're just gonna cut out your heart shapes and try to get as close to the edge and as close to each other as possible. Actually, I think that might, we'll see. Because the closer you get, then the less you have to re-roll and try to roll back out. And the better the dough is. Remove your excess dough. I don't think I pressed down hard enough on this one. And you want to lay these on your sheet, your baking sheet. Okay, with your extra dough, you just want to kind of, like I said, with any dough, you don't want to overwork it, but kind of get it back in a ball. And I may not need flour. Well, let's see if this sticks. I'm gonna put just a little bit on my rolling pin. I think I forgot to say rolling pin. Okay, I'm sure you probably seen me slipping there. Sometimes if I don't feel like, it depends on my day. Sometimes I like to just go ahead and work on my countertop, just on the counter, you know, a clean countertop. But sometimes I like to take parchment paper. That way it's just a lot quicker to clean up your mess. But the problem with that is it will slip. So what you can do to help prevent that you take a damp paper towel, you wet your paper towel, wring it out, and then you put it under your parchment paper, and that will help prevent it from slipping all over the place like you just seen me do. See how much better that is? We're about there. We're about as thin as the original. Oh, that was the oven. I'm cutting it close. I got it though. Okay, we just have a little bit left. I think this is going to be our last one. Yep. Okay, we don't really need to save that little bit of dough, so just put it to the side. Now, if you don't have a rolling pin, you can use a small round, preferably glass cup, and you can, roll that and use that as a rolling pin if you don't have one. Okay, I'm just going to leave these here for the moment, and we're going to go to our next step, which is go ahead and crack your egg. Wash your hands. Okay, you want to beat up your egg, and then you'll add just a little bit of water, maybe about a tablespoon. It doesn't take much water. Want to stir that really good. Rinse your fork off, but bring it back. All right, I'm back. I forgot to tell you, for your sheet pan, your cookie sheet, unless it's non-stick, and then spray it with some PAM, some non-stick spray, or you can use some parchment paper. The next step, we are going to take our Nutella, and you're just going to get roughly about a tablespoon. And you're going to just put it all up right in the middle. And it may not even take a whole tablespoon. Let's see. No, I think it's going to take more like a half a tablespoon. And if you use the 2 spoons together, that's going to make it a lot easier. Yeah, you don't want a whole lot. That way it doesn't start coming out the side on you. My girls, they both like Nutella, but my youngest, she certainly likes Nutella, so these will be a surprise. Probably a happy surprise. And it's as simple as that. Okay, I will get these done and I'll be right back. We've got our Nutella on, and your next step, you want to take your egg wash and just put it right on the edges. It doesn't take much, but just put it right on the edges, because this will help seal in. I think you can see. Let's go to the middle so you can see a little better. Just put it right on the edge. And then you just take another heart and you put it right over top. Okay, you remember the fork? I said rinse it off but bring it back. This is why. You're just going to take the tines of the fork and just press down gently, and that helps to seal the 2 edges together. But don't go so far down. I have done this before. Don't go so far down that you go all the way to your pan. It doesn't need to go down that far. And then that just rips it. Okay? Can you see that? See if I can lift it up without messing it up. Yeah, there we Look how cute. Isn't that cute? All right. Okay, then you want to take your knife I told you to get out, and right over that dollop, you want to cut just a little bit across, or that way it lets that steam escape, and it shouldn't come out your sides whenever it's baking. And I can't remember if I told you, I'm bad about not remembering to tell what to preheat your oven to, but you preheat your oven to 450 degrees. All right, I'm going to put the rest of the tops on, and I will meet you back here in a minute. All right, that part is done. So your next step is to take the egg wash that you used to go inside to kind of help close them together. You just want to take a little bit and spread over top of the heart, or the top of the pastry. You may not be cutting them out in hearts. You might have circles, I don't know. Okay, I'm getting ready to put them in the oven. There is one more step that is optional. It just makes them pretty. You can take just regular granulated sugar and sprinkle on top. You can take the white sanding sugar and sprinkle on top. You can even take colored sanding sugar if you want and sprinkle on top. So I'm just going to take a little bit of just this granulated sugar, sprinkle over top of these lightly, and then we're getting ready to put them in the oven. We're getting ready to go in the oven. All right, I'm not sure if you can see me or not, but I'm getting ready to put these in the oven on top rack. You want to bake them until they are golden brown on top. I'm going to start off with 10 minutes. It could take 10 to 15 minutes, but we'll start off with 10. I will see you back when these are done. All right, they are out of the oven now. It took 10 minutes, and I think if I had went 11 minutes, they would have burnt. So be very careful when you watch these. I think it's because the dough is so thin, and then we don't have much of the Nutella inside it, so it don't take long at all to cook. But can you see? Let me lower my camera. Let's see what one looks like cut open. Here we go. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. And it's pretty full. It's almost edge to edge, much more than it would have come out the edge, and we don't want that. All right, let's go with the taste test. Let me cut a little bit more off. That's good. It actually reminds me of I don't know if they still sell them or not, but Arby's, their pies, they at one time had a chocolate one, and that's exactly what that reminds me of. It's just not as flaky because it's not the croissant dough, but it reminds me more of that, which the cherry was always my favorite. And actually with these pies, if you would prefer cherry, which I probably would, I just didn't have any cherry pie filling, but you can get you some cherry pie filling, blueberry pie filling, apple pie filling, or even strawberry. There's an array of what you get. Just get the canned pie filling, little dollop in there, you don't want much. And you can make any flavor hand pie you wanted. And like Arby's has the white drizzle on top, and that would be easy to do too if you want to do that at home. If you have a little bit more time, just take you a little bit of powdered sugar. The easiest would be just a little bit of powdered sugar and milk, and make you a thick drizzle and just drizzle it on top, and there you go. It just depends on how much time you have, but you can see if you don't have a whole lot of time to do Valentine's Day dessert for your family, this is very simple and very quick, and it's not going to take you much time or much energy to make. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you do, give me a thumbs up, please. And then again, if you want to watch the rest of these series, well, actually the series are all grouped together, and you can watch them all If you haven't watched the other ones, go back. I encourage you to go back and watch the rest of them. And we will be doing this every day now through Valentine's Day. So subscribe to my channel. That way you'll know whenever I have posted a video. Of course, ring the little bell, but that way you'll know I have posted a new video. But we're going to do our best to do one a day now through Valentine's. So I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.